friends, welcome to day 16 of Inktober 2018. The prompt for today is, my cranes have gone ice skating without me on a small frozen puddle of milk tea. I struggled with this one for a few different reasons, so I'll get them out of the way and then we'll chat about nothing and everything. It was composition. I didn't plan out the composition in a way that I felt like would make a lot of sense, but I didn't have any better ideas, so I just kind of went first thought, best thought, and it just all kind of looks a little off, a little like off-center and a little bit unbalanced. It just irritated me a little bit that the composition just looked very basic. And having seen a lot of other people's prompts for this now, I am very upset that I didn't think of any of those ideas, because there were some really good ones out there. I've completely forgotten your name, I'm so sorry, but I saw it this morning and commented on Instagram. It was Daisy, kind of like how I had drawn with the when she was looking in the dollhouse, the big Daisy head, but she was looking over this this teacup and the cranes were skating on the top of like the tea in the teacup, and that was exactly what I wanted, but just was not clever enough to come up with. So I'm so sorry that I've forgotten your name. I should have written it down, but it was really good, and nevertheless I did find you on Instagram and make sure you knew that that was exactly what I wanted. So I would encourage you that if you don't like any of these, please go and check out any of the hashtags, especially hashtag jlbcreative on Instagram, because there's a lot of other stuff there in some completely fantastic different styles, using different mediums, really different takes on the prompts. So if you haven't seen any of those, it is a treasure trove right now of just incredible imagination. So please go and check that out, and show a bit of support and encouragement for your fellow creatives. I think it's always a nice thing to do. Double tap the screen a couple of times. So enough about the piece. I wanted to just get something out there because I don't know, I think on the daily I kind of sound a little irritating, but I feel like today I sound even more irritating just because my body is really run down right now, and I don't want to get into anything like crazy. I don't want to speak about anything crazy. There is nothing terrible going on. It's just I've kind of been working really hard, and I know that there's a holiday coming up, and so my body's trying to shut itself off right now. So I don't want to whinge. I don't want to say anything. I'm absolutely not going to let my body turn itself off. And I'll do whatever I need to do. I don't know, drink a whole bottle of ginger or something. Whatever I can do to fight it off, but I am experiencing just a lot of different flu-like symptoms. And then everyone's telling me to go and get a flu shot, but I think I had one really recently. Although I think you're supposed to get them every year. Every year? Every year? I'm not quite sure. In any case, it is not the flu. It is actually just me being run down. And I've experienced this a lot, especially when I've been like if I'm working towards something, if I know that there's a holiday at the end of it, or if there's a big break at the end of something, my body just kind of wants to take that vacation early. So I don't anticipate it will be a problem, but I do just want to pardon myself for sounding particularly, I don't know, groggy or off. I don't feel that way, I just know I sound that way. Oh, I guess I do feel that way. But this is not that. We're not here to whinge. I will be a-okay to keep going. In fact, I am so good on the Inktober front right now. I think I don't know, I've got a lot of videos like pre-filmed. I just have to edit and voiceover. Worst case scenario, if I lose my voice or something, I'll just put the video up without a voiceover. I'll just put some cute music on it, which I feel like we all used to do back in the day. And I say back in the day, and absolutely not me at all. I only started YouTube content last January, so it wasn't me. But when I used to watch YouTube back in the day, all art channels were just speed paints with music over the top of them, like time-lapsed speed through painting sessions or drawing sessions, and I used to devour those, but I'm not so much into it anymore. I think as most channels grew and as YouTube has started changing, I think we've come to expect a lot more, and it's almost like production quality has to be better for us to sit down and watch it, and the thumbnail has to look even better. If we're doing something, it's kind of expected that we'll have like really great editing or great music choices. I know for me, the first step towards doing that was well, first of all, when I got my light set up, the ring light, but now usually I film in natural light anyway, but when I bought a subscription to Epidemic Sound, to the music library, So I pay a subscription fee each month to have music that I'm allowed to use on monetized videos, which I don't know if people are aware of that, but that is something that I do pay for every month. And it was because I got really sick of hearing the same jingle over and over and over again, the same free, royalty-free, license-free music that everyone uses. I got so tired of hearing it that even if someone was using it in their videos, I couldn't watch it anymore. It was just irritating the life out of me. So I actually bought a subscription to Epidemic Sound so that I could change up the music, and it's probably been one of the best investments I've done. I don't know if people notice it, but it is super helpful for me as someone that has to sit down and edit the content, just to not feel like I'm going crazy hearing the same royalty-free music over and over again, because there's actually not a lot out there. I don't know, I hope you don't go and notice it now, but I don't know, just notice it if you notice it. I'm one of those people that doesn't want things pointed out because I can live in like blissful ignorance. Like I can be really naive to a lot of stuff, and once it's pointed out, I can never unsee it or never unhear it. So I don't want you to go and search for it if it's going to bother your day like it did mine. Anyway, oh, I didn't even tell you what today was. Today's Steve's birthday, so happy birthday, Steve. I'm going to do the obligatory shout out on YouTube. He won't even watch this, I'm sure, but I just wanted to say happy birthday to Steve. He is working today, and so since he was working, I've decided that I will work, but nevertheless, it is his birthday. I think that happens when you're adults, right? It's, you end up working on your birthdays. I don't know, I've been very lucky on my birthday. This year we went to see Moulin Rouge, the musical in Boston. Yeah, that was like incredible, so I'm really happy about that. Last year, my golden birthday was, we went to Japan, so that was amazing. That was also something that I remembered. I've been to Japan for my a few contracts I was working there, and one that I was visiting whilst I was working on a cruise ship. But I was celebrated my 19th, 20th, 21st, and 27th birthdays in Japan, which I knew before, but I just remembered today. This sounds so awful. This is Steve's birthday and I'm talking about me, but but I guess, and I shouldn't say anything because now I'm just rubbing it in that he had to work today. But he's having a blast at work. It's, you know, he has a great time at work, so it's fine. Anyway, so Inktober, you've made it to day 16, or maybe you haven't, in which case I would encourage you to pick it back up wherever you left off, or do whatever you need to do. I'm not the judge of you. But if you want any words of encouragement, I am going to leave you with this today. If you could do 16 drawings, it stands to reason that you could do 15 more. So since we are past the halfway point, you have to appreciate what an accomplishment that is, and I would really encourage you to power through. If you're someone that needs to change it up a little bit, like if I were really struggling at this point, and believe me, there are things that I'm not happy with, but I don't think overall I'm struggling with Inktober. I'm having a really good time with it, and I'm learning a lot and playing a lot, so it's actually really fun. If I were struggling though, I would start to bend the rules a little bit, just because that's how I am. I don't even need to be struggling to do that, to be honest. I'll just do it. But I would not make myself go in with a pencil, with a pen straight away. I would give myself the freedom to use a pencil sketch beforehand, and I'd see if that helped me get back into it. Or if I was really sick of black and white, I would start to use color. So I would start to change some things up if I was starting to struggle, but if that's something that you need to do, if you need to time it, maybe you're running into a really busy period at the end of the month, there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing 10 minutes to do an Inktober drawing. I know from my hashtag Little Raven Inktober flip, the last one of that should be up tomorrow as well, just an FYI. With those, it's a very simplistic illustration style, and it's actually been more challenging to see what I have to leave out to keep it really simple. So I am really challenged by it as well, but because it's so simple, they don't take a long time to do. And alternatively, like if you still wanted to use the ink, perhaps you could do 10-minute contour drawings and just see what you come up with. You could even do abstracts for a few days. Splash down some ink on a page and, you know, drop some water in it, dab some out, blot some out, maybe stamp through it a little bit, grab a stencil and brush some away. Like, play with your textures of ink, and then you could even just put a little, I don't know, put a little drawing over the top of it, put a little smiley face on it. It would still be an Inktober piece, so I just wanted to put that word of encouragement out there. The Inktober police don't seem to be out this year, so I think take advantage of that. I don't know where they went. I know last year they came out a little bit for the digital artists, and having a real issue with anyone doing digital art as far as Inktober goes. My thoughts on that is if you create it digitally and you print it, that's ink. But really though, no. I mean, a printer is ink. So, and I wouldn't even say you need to print it. I think the purpose is just to, you know, practice and explore your skills, get better. Practice makes better. But you're going to want to have to do that, I guess. And I don't know, did I even really set out to do it? I don't think I really even set out with any kind of clear mission this year, other than I wanted everyone to get involved and have the opportunity to work on book illustrations. That was literally my biggest motivation this year. It wasn't even to learn anything new. I felt like that was kind of a given. If you were going to tackle a challenge, you're going to learn something. So I don't kind of factor that into the reasoning behind why I do something. Also because it's something that I do even outside of challenges. I'm always experimenting and taking some time to play with things and learn about new mediums or new styles or something. So it's something that I don't actually have to commit to, because I've already kind of committed to it accidentally just by doing what I already do. But I know some people do need to commit to that because maybe they really don't enjoy that process, or perhaps they find reasons not to commit to that. Maybe there's time issues, which I think is always a good reason. You can be too busy to do a lot of different things, but I don't know, I don't have that excuse, just because this is, I'm gonna go on a really weird tangent here, but sometimes I think, like, this is really crazy, but this is my job. And now I'm having that, having that Devil Wears Prada moment. This is your job. Do your job. I love Meryl Streep in that. Oh, I should sketch flick The Devil Wears Prada. It would just be fashion illustration. It's so good. I still have a couple of sketch flicks I want to do, though. I want to do Frankenweenie, and I want to do The Addams Family Values, but I don't have either on DVD. Can you believe? I didn't know that until the other day. What was I speaking about? Oh, yeah, no, this is my job. That's crazy to me. And I was at church the other day, and I was speaking to one of the pastors, and he was just chatting about what I did, and because I was wearing one of my my merch sweaters, and we were just chatting about it, and it's just still so crazy to me to tell people that this is my job, and especially when I'm telling people that I used to dance with, or like old friends from old contracts. I feel like it's not real, and I feel like I wouldn't even understand it if someone told me that this was their job. I would think, oh, okay, so you're a teacher. And then you would say, no, it's mixed media art, but I like make content or make products. Oh, okay, so you're running a manufacturing brand or something. No, it's like, I still don't even know how to present it properly. I usually just say I'm a mixed media artist and I work on social media. It's like the most generic way of saying, because I don't know specifically what to say the job description is. It is all social media based, so that's something I do know. It is mixed media arts, and and arts and crafts I usually say, because sometimes I get paper crafty, and I could use any kind of medium. I'm not really like a painter, or I'm not an illustrator. I'm not there are some things I feel like I'm better at, but I wouldn't just say I'm one of them better than anything else. Would I? I like to draw. I would say I'm more an illustrator than I am a painter, but I really like to paint, so I don't know. The whole thing is hard, but I was just kind of having a moment there where I thought, this is my job, like it's an actual job. This has been my job for a couple of years now, and I am super thankful for it. So please let me just say a big thank you to you, because it's your fault that this is my job. And I think it is the best thing ever. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and thank you for allowing me to do this. This is literally such a dream, and I don't want you ever to think that I don't appreciate it as much as I definitely should appreciate it. So I will leave you with that. I'll be back on YouTube tomorrow for a flip. Hopefully my post-nasal drip will be cleared up, and another Inktober video. Bye!